Okay, this is one gem I want to preach on for a while. The joy of a green light. Okay, so green light by the millions all over this universe. Green light is pure fives, perfectly the number of joy. Okay, so green light adds to 105 perfectly. Now, if you're really good, you also understand that there's a color called light green. Most green lights in traffic circles are light green, but far more importantly, everywhere in nature from the dawn of Eden. Okay, especially when the sun shines through those leaves. It's actually the very definition of light, sunlight, plus green. Okay, so God really likes light green. It's a joy to God and man. But in His sovereignty, when people drive everywhere, there happens to be a certain thing that makes everyone happy all day long whenever they see it. It's called a green light. So you just have to marvel at the ordinance of God and the things that you run into daily, okay, that are for your joy, okay? Simple things like green light. And now you actually squeeze the snot out of those threes, okay, or those fives, and it's just tear jerking, okay? Most of all, it ends in the T, which is fives. It starts with the GR, which is a very famous 5 times 5. The 2 E's right after that, which are 5, 5. The word green knits together with thousands upon thousands of beautiful letters to make screaming hot multiples of 5, multiples of 50 for joy. Okay? You can go to town. It's crazy awesome. Yeah, so then your green light is smoking hot. Always go to the center of these strings, okay? So the center of green light is the word line. Line is a famous, massive word, okay, in God's story. The word line equals the word food equals the word us. And yes, if you're like most humans, there's one thing that you will gladly wait in line for. Food. It's probably the most logical, meaningful, popular line there is. Food. Now, if you're really good, line parallels the word up. Line equals us is 3 points higher than up. So you line up to get your food up, ideally your cocoa up, and you all get happy together. Remember, cocoa is God food. I can't get over how good that is. You can't beat that name. Remember the God food, Johnny. You can't beat that. It makes me laugh every time because you can't beat that name. Remember the God food. It's like, and all of a sudden it's all systems go for the entire cast and crew, the whole team. It's just like we are ready to win. Remember the God food. Okay, so give me the green light and let's go. So it's tear jerking, okay? So remember, the word finish and line both scream out fives. Finish line is joy plus 55. Finish line equals green light. But back to green light. So the dead center of green light is the word line, letter for letter, which is us. The famous first title of God in your English Bible, let us make man in our image, US, a 21 and a 19. Well, that's the word line in order. LI is 21, composed of pure letters that divide by 3, just like the FO in food, followed by 2 letters that add to S perfectly. So line equals us. God's joy and its pure fives as well. The joy of a line. There's not a single design in the universe that didn't begin with a line. Okay? And it's like every artistic work of God is defined by lines, including my face and your face. And then you get in the food line in order to get your joy on, all to the glory of the great us, and it's all this maximum God fest. Okay? So, but I'm just here to squeeze the snot out of your local green light so that you can finally be reminded of God's joy. And by the way, the most famous sign in the world is a stop sign. Stop is pure fives. It's 35-35 from the inside out, okay? All these things are a constant reminder to you to rejoice. The constant command of God to all of His people is to rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. It is the command of God. It is the everlasting reminder of God in everything that He's ordained down here. Once you know the math, you're like green light, rejoice. Stop sign, rejoice. Blue sky, rejoice. All these words are screaming out fives, the number of joy. I got 5 fingers on my hands. Rejoice. I woke up this morning and the first color I stared at the ceiling was white. 65. Rejoice equals white equals today. It's all ordained. It's ordained that your ceiling is white. It's ordained that your bed sheets are white. It's ordained that your pillow is white. It's ordained that your teeth are white equals rejoice. And smile equals father. And braces equals son if he leads you to get them straightened out. It's all ordained. Modern technology that God uses for his glory. Beauty equals Jesus. You're just like, bring this on. Okay, so, there's something funny about a green light. Just because it controls everyone. And because it's like the start of a race every time. It's like everyone lines up at the light. And then the green light comes and everyone's like, oh yeah, it's time to go again. Now, in my opinion, roundabouts are even way more pleasurable than traffic lights, okay? I want to state that very clearly here, that the word roundabouts is triple joy, and it's based on a circle which equals joy, okay? And in my opinion, if an entire city can be accomplished with pure roundabouts, that's way more fun than traffic lights, because you never stop moving and you never stop using your senses to... Anyways, okay, we do not fall in love with this world. We know that heaven is our eternal home, but we also recognize God's glory here and now, okay, and all that is obviously going on in order for people to function and grow and have their kids that, are eternal citizens in heaven and, get their food regularly and bring it into the cities and all that stuff, okay? Anyways, I just had to preach on the green light. So line at the center, E, 15, 25, 20, it's loaded with fives, okay? Joy.